Hello, everybody. So, once again, it is time for this. Therefore, let's do a little bit of, give a little bit of time before I start. Because I do need to, do the usual shuffling things here. I'm also a little bit tired. I literally just woke up. So, you'll indulge me for a second. I do need to make sure everything is in order. And by in order, I mean I'm gonna get those pictures. Pictures of Spider-Man, but mostly of them games. So, excuse me for a second. So, oh, that's interesting. Is that really the right card for Pale City? No, it's... Huh. That is, that is a bit strange. I will show you. Is the Steam title card for the Pale City. That is pretty funny. It's it's a bit peculiar, let's say. And I'll take the other one. Starshift Rebellion. And then the third game is Recursive Ruin. No. There we go. I think they're all there. Yes. No. We'll start first. I will take a little top 3. Good, this doesn't come through the mic. Boring, hot water. So, I'm trying to wake myself up. I literally just woke up, so. So, the topic of today will be, the first game will be The Pale Beyond. And as per usual, I'll put that on mute. It does not have sound. It does. It's just very quiet. Oh, I've forgotten something. There we go. So, the first game is The Veil Beyond. It looked rather interesting. And for some reason it's not showing up on stream right now. That is very peculiar. Why is it not showing up? That is strange. There is something. Maybe I'll need to kind of wind. But no, it does show it there. So why can it not capture that? That is odd. Let's see. If I start it in full screen. That just screws everything and it doesn't even do anything. That... Okay. Why is it struggling so much to open that game? That is very odd. I didn't even think to try this first. Let's show. Okay. It didn't recognize it as a game, or it did, but it didn't start it. This it now works. So. Keep. So, the first game, The Veil City. It looked like an RPG, but we'll just see about that. Put an hour on that clock, and let's go. I completely forgot to update my title. God dang. Okay. At least I should have updated the stream title a bit earlier, so... Yep. Let's now properly start this and let's see how this goes. This mode emphasizes both gameplay and story. Resources are scarce, and exploration may be essential to survive. Human opponents are comparable in strength to player character, but often come in large groups. Every battle requires strategy and presents the risk of possible death. Yeah. I am familiar with RPGs. At least familiar enough. It is interesting. It's quiet. 5 times ago, this was the final resting place of the sorcerer. A castle sunken entirely beneath the surface of the platform. He lived his last days here, in the cold silence, one man alone in a building large enough to hold hundreds. It seems like an unpleasant kind of life. Perhaps there would be someone in it now, if only the entrance were not so far underground. The third piece of the column should be ahead. Okay. We already have skills and stances. Okay. Alright. A pale woman stands beside fire. Katasha, Vasek's partner in retrieving the pieces of the column. You're slow, Vasek. I've been waiting. Why didn't you go on alone? You could have taken the fragment already by now. I'm surprised. All this time you seemed eager enough to have them for yourself. That's not true, Vasek. 2 weeks together and you're still so cruel. We should never have taken this job. It's this place. It's too dangerous to hold. We found the first 2 pieces of the column, but I'm scared of what might happen when we find the third. I don't trust him, the mage who hired us. Perhaps he doesn't want us to come back. You mean you're worried there might be spells in place to guard it? It's not just that. I never knew a place like this could exist. It was your idea to go ahead alone, not mine. Yes, and now I regret it. The Academy is so large, so powerful, it seems they could send their own men instead of us. Apparently they can't. That suits me well enough. We both need the work, it sounds like. The sorcerer who made the column, he lived here, I take it. Lifetimes ago, when he fled the surface, he found this empty place and haunted it. Yes, if you can call that living. He must have been unusually powerful, the sorcerer. That's why the Academy wants the colony created. I hadn't thought of it. The mages aren't like us. They don't care about things that don't make sense. That makes sense. Yes, I suppose you could put it that way. How long were you waiting for? Too long, but I found this pit to make a fire. It seems difficult, like a difficult place to relax. Well, I thought this place was empty, but we both did. No, I'm not so sure. That's why I'd like to go to do what we came for and go. Like I said, I'm not going. I'll see you in the sink when you get back. Why? I'm afraid of the golem. The longer we do this, and you should be too. It seems better just to stay here and wait. Well... Long ago, before the sorcerer came, they say this castle was the stronghold of a terrible king. Within its walls many toiled. He was obsessed with the crystals of light that grow in the tunnels beneath the surface of the platform, amidst the corpses of children who never found their way to the surface. According to their stories, he ate the crystals until at last his skin glowed bright as crystals itself. After his death, the castle was left empty for a long time. It would take a certain kind of man to live in this place, in pursuit of a certain kind of solitude. There should be a switch somewhere on the back pole. Just do this. Third piece of the column is embedded in the obelisk. Since meeting the man from the Academy a week ago, Vasek had collected two already, though those had been much easier to locate. The sorcerer must have been very careful to hide them after his death. If the man from the Academy knows the reasons, he said nothing about it. It's time to leave, there is nothing more to find here. Oh, she already left. Slight sound. There is someone standing there in the darkness. Vasek speaks softly into the quiet. I hear you, Katasha. Come out. You meant to stab me in the back as I passed and take the piece for yourself. Of course not. I was just waiting for you. Of course. We should go, it's dangerous here. There are monsters, I'm not sure where they came from. Yes, we should go. It's dangerous after all. I'll find my own way, good luck. Okay. It is as she said. There is a cold silence in the air. It's a monster. Those are some weird looking monsters. There is a very, like, loud noise coming from the game, but it's just, like, very peculiar. It's like a low humming noise. Yeah. Okay. Bowls, a common familiar for sorcerers even now. There'll be more fighting along the way. It looks like there's gonna be some map navigation puzzles. I don't know what that even does. I can't at least can't even interact with it, so that's a bit strange. Interesting. My HP fully refilled at least, so that's a thing. Did it say Biaki? That's from Lovecraft. Okay, that's funny. I mean, I can apparently just do this. When there's only one enemy, that is kind of cheesy. Biaki, an old demon, a peculiar one. There will be two more. They always come in threes. Okay. An unpleasant place. Prisoners were no doubt held here, their backs pressed against the walls, their faces fading into an endless kind of time. There is lingering sense of decay, of presence lost, there's an awful kind of life and unbearable end to existence. Nothing useful. It is strange to take from this dead place, but not entirely unpleasant. Crystallized hand. Okay. Change. Okay. I can't interact with that in any way. Well, that is strange. A death pit. This is where they threw the bodies into water. The surface is possessed of a certain humbling silence. It is somehow ponderous to stare and think of the corpses. It gives a sense of time, a sense of perspective. Mind increased by 1. Okay. Another Byaki. There's that one skill there. Killing blow. No, it didn't kill it immediately, but okay. A lot of damage. Well. Only darkness ahead. It's not far now. I'll actually go check this. There is a sense of terrible power beyond this point. It may be best to pause a moment to prepare. Okay. That's big demon. Oh, whoops. I meant to do this. Yeah, that is a strong enemy. And there's nothing I can do about it. So, that is a thing. Well, I'm not just gonna... I just won't go there, I guess. Not like I've got many tools to deal with it right now. There's a bowl there. I can just go kill it. I don't care. And a key. Okay, never mind. Slightly more dangerous. Bro, I'm dead. But I managed to kill them. Not even close. Not even close. Leave this place. Yeah. It's a surprise, but after all this, it will actually be nice to see the sink again. The Pale City. I forgot to usually do this. A game by Kyle Muntz. It feels like this is made with an earlier version of RPG Maker. At least a lot of it, but it does have this funky old, well, not that old, but like this computer generated like these kind of early 3D models. It's done. Excellent, you'll be paid accordingly as agreed. Vasek gives the shrouded man the fragment, noting the lithe, long-fingered hand that reaches out to take it. With this, we have completed the column's torso. Now we only need the fourth piece. I have assembled the body elsewhere, though. That is none of your concern. I had the legs and pelvis to begin with, but with your aid, I now require only the head. Do you know where it is at? Unfortunately, I do not. However, I am certain it is somewhere in the sink. I'll have the location soon, I hope. Return soon and I will give it to you. Vasek nods and leaves the shrouded man to his business, though as he turns, he spots Katasia down the bar. I saw he didn't pay you. I suppose not. It only makes sense. All I did was make a fire. Why didn't you get the piece yourself? I was worried it was trapped, like you said. A sorcerer's laboratory is really a safe place. I saw his corpse on the floor inside. At least I think it was his. Oopsie, skipped one blunt text. But he must have been very dangerous when he was alive. Would you have killed me if I tried to take the piece from you? I would have done my best. Well, in that case, it's good that I didn't. Like I said, I was just waiting for you. You said you needed the money badly. Why? We all need money, but you seem to have some reason in particular. I have my reasons. That doesn't mean I give them to you. Of course, let's pretend I never asked. Are you still going to look for the fourth piece? Perhaps there are other matters I need to attend to. I understand there are always other matters to be attended to. There certainly are. Okay. Well, that's enough for now. Come back if you'd like to talk. This feels like a nice time for a drink. Got some money. I can talk to a lot of people. So many books thrown erratically across the ground. The spell has been cast and none of the volumes can be lifted. If only there were more light enough to see the words on the page. They call this the Room of Hidden Knowledge, and for a good reason. Okay. A lot of random stuff. This eccentric man with a well-trimmed beard and deep shadowed eyes stands poised upon the edge of the stage. In one hand he holds a floating point of ice. Drifting around it is a ring of fire. Vladimir the Illusionist. You there! Why are you standing on my stage? You'd like to be a part of the performance? Vasek opens his mouth, preparing to say he does not, but the Illusionist says again before Vasek can speak. I'm not a mage, as you no doubt plan to ask. I am an illusionist. Magic is certainly capable of producing illusions, but not all illusion is magical. Similarly, not all magic is illusion. Look, here I conjure a beast from the air. You see, it appears real, but it is not. This is the difference between magic and illusion. For magic, sir, is ultimately real even when it produces an illusion. I, however, conjure images that exist only in the mind. Though we perceive the beast, there is no such thing. At least most likely there is not. A fucking idiot, and worse, the kind that likes to use big words, but the audience seems to enjoy it. Best to just leave him alone. Okay. Mind increased again. Okay. Interacting with random things here. Use mind. Okay. Funny to see a room here. Enclave upper floor. Maybe I'll just go out to the city. The Enclave. I remember you, the madman who always leaves the dead horses outside. The man laughs and sets his microphone bar. Like you said, I've killed 14 horses. Each pleased me more than the last. Though I do not think that I am mad. It's a strange thing to do, and I've seen a lot. The horseman laughs again, his brow just shaky with each breath. I'll tell you if you buy me a drink. No, then fuck off. The horseman's voice is bitter and he spits on the ground at Vasak's feet. Imagine you're surprised to see a mage here. Careless where you are. Ah, but it can be so rewarding for a mage to visit the sink. Magic is required to enchant weapons, it is required to heal the sick. It is even required to repair buildings and mend certain delicate objects. And so few of the people here are able to use it. Is there anything you need? If you have something for sale, maybe. I do, in fact, perhaps you'll even be able to afford them. No, not even close. Okay. The disheveled man calls out as Vasak approaches the door. His shirt is of fine quality, but dirty and plastered with sweat to his armpits. You there! You look like you're good with that sword. I've been known to use it for a price. I need someone to fight a duel for me in the arena. Are you the one I'm looking for? Most likely I am. Tell me what's going on. You have been challenged to duel. You are to be my stand-in. You will have a partner, a man named Ongjeng. He fights well. Come to the arena as soon as possible, in case you've forgotten its low-roofed building in the center of the marketplace. Consider your duel fought. As the man wanders away, he mutters softly under his breath. Well, that's a dead horse. I suppose you come here often? Yes. That's life, it's all about staying the same part. Yes. Only goods piled on the table available for purchase, but all of them worthless to Vasak. He visits this merchant only to sell. Yeah, sell. That's decent. How many people have you killed? When he finishes shouting, the boy fastest with his shoe. Okay. That's weird thing for a child to ask, but okay. Into the arena we go. Plays are performed here early in the day. Later there are fights. It's blood art. It's real life. The arena. Vasak has known men who died here, though he himself had only fought on occasion. There is a living to be made from it, but a dangerous one. Like any sane man, Vasak prefers weak, untrained opponents to those he might encounter in the arena. That is why he'd taken the job haunting the colony. It seemed difficult, but not especially dangerous. Not only that, It gave him structure, a purpose for so long he had nothing. He had enjoyed it in his way, or something that felt like enjoyment. Those last few weeks had passed all in a haze, but at least there was something to it. It felt like real life, even if it was a life that made him want to die. Indeed, he might have turned down this fight before, but things had been different since Vasek returned to the sink. He still feels that pressure pushing behind his temples. Nothing seems to relieve it, or nearly. He isn't sure, even now, but perhaps it's the need to fight. Perhaps afterwards he'll feel better. Most likely not, but the only way to know is to try. Where are my opponents? They'll be here soon. We've only a few months until the fight. That's Onjing standing up there if you like to talk to him. It's over. A serious man stands slowly watching the performance. Every few seconds he drags one hand across his brow. However, his eyes light up as Vasek walks past. Vasek doesn't especially want to speak, but it seems as if he must. The play, do you like it? The one they are practicing now? Yes, it is mine. Can't say. I don't know anything about art. The playwright's shoulders go slack. He had been expecting much more, obviously, but Vasek would not be the one to give it to him. You're here for the fights. Everyone is. I'm not here by choice, but yes, I've come to fight. This is a strange place, one of the strangest in the sink. Life and death side by side in the arena. It's an old practice, one I barely understand myself. But it's always been the same. More people are here for the fights. Then stop whining about it and go somewhere else. Rounds disappointed again. You don't understand. There is a tradition to be considered. Imitating dead men? Yes, of course. I don't like art. I don't see the point of making up stories when a real life must be lived. The playwright stares hard at Vasek when his eyes light up again. And I wonder, perhaps you should step on stage. What? Become part of the performance. Perhaps that would help you understand more about art. Perhaps it might even relate to your life somehow, the one you care so much about so much. What am I supposed to say? It matters not. Step on stage whenever you're ready and we'll begin. Okay. It is said that in the end we will again become water. It is said that we will regain our own bodies. The body is simply an instrument of decay. It is simply a temporary vestige of water. When we die, all things return to the platform. All things return to that dark old ocean beneath us. And from above merged Melquar's island. Well, he enters on the cliff where stands a famous sorcerer. The sorcerer says again that all is better. Melquar's island looks for some time. The sorcerer to all he is visible, though they do not acknowledge his presence for fear. Despite appearances declares Melquar's island, all things come from other things. All things are substance, the emergence of pure essence, so is it some because this must be an immolation. The dead one is brought forward. Forward. You who ate the skin of corpses. You who peeled away the flesh of children with your teeth. You who ran your tongue along hidden rocks until the point of fire. Will you decay? All things are decayed. All things are trivial. The dead man rots. Imagine you see a child's face. It is bruised, getting bare by rocks. So all things will platforms to ship, but Melquar's island is his journey. There are no choices here. Be silent. Be hateful, be silent is an instant capture in time. The dead man is slain. He turns a spirit to contemplate the spectacle of his body. It is very still, it is very silent. Hardly the mark of a single wound. A corpse of a shell husk and embodiment built upon an identity dying. What does he see fulfillment? Nothingness. He This is the mark left by any when their spirit brushed against the platform. That is to say, very little dead man, dead man, dead man. Saying such, the man made of light parts. Sorcerer let alone contemplates the remains. He says, I do not see the point of this. I do not understand. Like the sorcerer too. The parts he imagines somehow that he has aged years since for instance. He imagines when he returns home he shall finally create a column. I mean that gave EXP. That okay. Not exactly Final Fantasy IX play, but you know, it's that was peculiar. Beautiful, just beautiful. So many have died in this spot. You could be one of them. You gotta watch the weapons. Yeah. Ong Ying is a harsh man. He wears a cloak over his face and it's much larger than he appears. Your name is Vasek? Yes? I think I've seen you before. I was once a corpse hunter for the House of Life as were you. Yes? In that case, I know you be a man lacking in sentiment. Do you deny it? It takes all kinds. I suppose I do what I must. We corpse hunters rarely spoke amongst ourselves. It was solitary work alone in the Talons, as we both know. Perhaps I want nothing to do with that work anymore. If you have what it takes to kill, you must also have what it takes to bring up a corpse from the Talons. At the very least, we won't eat our dead today. So we shall not. And look, there they are. If nothing else, they look too stringy to eat. What are you waiting for? Let's feed them their fucking bowls. Okay. Okay. Oh wow. That didn't communicate to me that properly that I... Okay, whatever. That failed. Easy. Running 1 foot in the dust of the arena, Ong Jeng cleans his blade and spits. They weren't nearly so tough as they looked. Now for our pay. Or perhaps not, he'd been slain. But by who? Who were we fired to fight? They were tough men, dead men now. I saw another standing beside the watch as we fought. Perhaps it was him. What did he look like? He was dressed like a mage. He had a long face. You must know that says very little. There is another exit there to the right. Perhaps he left that way. That's down there. Just a small tunnel. They say many of the buildings here are linked. Perhaps it is one of those, or did. There'll be no one to pay us if we follow. I'll check his body. Perhaps he had the fee on him. You see, there's a dead man here, and no one seems to care. We best get to his pockets first. Anyone else would have been watching the fight. The mage likely used a spell. I doubt those saw not anything. You may follow if you like. We've got the money already, so it's no concern of mine. If we leave now, I'm sure he'll get away. Sure. The death bit? There's mage, no doubt of surprise. You were hired to kill that man, I take it? I was, though I'll not answer any of your questions, it's not worth asking them. As you have your money, in that case there's no reason for us to fight here. Live in peace and I will pay you well. Nah, we'll fight. I suppose we ought to have at it then. Yeah. Well, that was easy. It is unfortunate. The mage had no money on him, though he did have a fire scroll. Okay, Ongjing will be waiting. Well, that was entertaining, you could say that. You really are good with that sword. I'd hate to cut off the hand that wields it. Since we are down here, I'll leave you to your business. Perhaps we'll meet again, Corpse Hunter. Perhaps you should pay your employer from the academy another visit, or talk that hooded man by the door for a fight if you're not tired of the fun. Yeah. Hi Kelsey, thank you for the comments. I don't exactly... Just gonna check the Steam page to see what was the reason I got this game. I don't even remember where I got this. It is a bit peculiar. It took this the creator 7 years to make this. Interesting. Okay, but I'll cut it a little bit short this time around. Even though there's still time in the clock. And let's move on to the review. So the Pale City. Bit of an older style RPG made in a... I think this was made in RPG Maker, but it certainly didn't kind of like look like it. It had a very... Let's call it a unique look. it has like a interesting 3D rendering style to it that kind of makes it kind of have a unique look to it. Like the visuals are at least kind of like that. They seem very unique, kinda like that. Though it's like kind of the old school style of CG for the visuals, it still is like fairly eye-catching to say the least. It does look rather unique, especially the monsters looked, you know, kind of decently interesting. And while the gameplay itself so far was in the beginning mostly just typical RPG stuff, that's not bad by itself. Now, I'm not exactly right now in the mood for Grimdark, so this didn't exactly feel that good for me, but it is at least like it didn't feel bad per se. Just not something I exactly really want now. I really liked that the combat happened in the like visually in the style that there was no hidden enemies or nothing like that, and you just run into those encounters and fought them in the map screen, and where you also moved at the same time. So there's some really cool things here that I really liked, and if this is like done by one person, it's actually kind of impressive, because even though the music itself isn't like that interesting, there is still like, if the music is made by one person, yeah, that's not bad. That's not too bad. That's fairly nice, and like generally so far the game seemed fairly interesting. It, it's it is an RPG like through and through, so I kind of like it. There's a lot of exploration there, and while it already did have like a fairly like reasonably kind of slow start, but it still had like a lot of threads to be pulled, a lot more interesting exploration to be done there, and that seemed fairly nice. Now it does feel like the person is trying to. I don't want to dunk on like singular creator. Their writing is like very heavily inspired, but that's not like in a bad way. More so that it's like clearly takes inspiration from older RPGs, which definitely seemed nice. One thing that I did kind of really like was actually the monster design, because even though they are like generated with, like they are like CGI monsters, it's at least something unique, something like from an old school RPG that has a nice feel to it, like a really older school, like computer generated. Yeah, like those really, they have a nice look to them, even though they don't look like visually maybe perhaps appealing. They look striking, they look interesting, and they look at least unique, and that's something I really like. It had a very unique, has a very unique feeling to it, even if it has some rougher edges to it. It feels, well, it's not even that rough edges. It's just, of course, the lack of voice acting is a thing, but that's RPGs. What else would you do there? And just in general, it feels like there is a lot of setup here, and it feels like there's going to be a lot of game here. But I just kind of wonder how. Now it says that there's going to be a morally complex world, but that's hard to say from here. But it seemed interesting, so you know, the more I let it fester in my mind, it starts to feel more and more intriguing. So kind of nice, kind of nice. Yeah, like actually thinking on it, I kind of liked it. It could have been always better, but it wasn't like disappointing or annoying or anything like that. So I think that's fairly nice, fairly nice. So, for our next game, we have, if I'm not mistaken, Starship Rebellion. Here we go. I'll try not to blow the speakers again. It's a full screen, jeez. And it is kind of loud. Okay. Actually, it does work. Interesting. I always like it when there's like a... Okay, it's Merit RPG Maker, so okay. That's okay. So... Starship Rebellion. Apparently I kind of rolled some RPG games here. That's fine. That's fine. It's just an interesting coincidence. Let's see. Let's just see how this goes. I will just go with normal. Like sci-fi theme is a bit less common for RPG Maker games, so that's at least kind of interesting. Hey, it's unique sprites! I've been working with RPG Maker a bit too much that I can actually like... it's not like the default is too many, so... There's not that many options, but it's custom sprites. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. I was able to get a fix on the location before losing signal. We were very close. Why would they be all the way out here? In the middle of nowhere. Doesn't make any sense. Any ideas, cracks? Cracks Grog. They might be looking for relics. The market for those is quite lucrative. Murray Williams. It doesn't matter, the pigs are going to get what's coming to them. I'm approaching the coordinates. I'm detecting a digger and a small contingent of enemy forces. We can totally take them. Light them up. Why do I always let you talk me into these things? Oh, okay. Okay, okay. Try to get behind them. Their armor is the weakest in the rear. Shoot him in the ass, got it. Okay. Oh, I see. That's a bit of an interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate this game quite a bit, so that did evolve quite a lot here. That's an interesting bit of strategy here. So cool, cool. I actually kind of like this. This feels actually kind of like shockingly unique. Interesting. I haven't seen this kind of like tactical combat system in an RPG Maker game ever, so it is unique, very unique. Very cool. Cool. I forgot to put on the timer, so. Told you it would be a piece of cake. ESA patrols don't normally come out this far. They must be looking for something specific. There's only one way to find out. Let's go. Okay. I always am very fond of when in an RPG this happens that the characters are like visually following the player. That's something that I really do enjoy, so that's very cool. Log, we managed to dig through those specified coordinates. The team has confirmed what we found on the long-range scans. There is technology of the unknown design below the surface. So far we have been unable to interface with it. We are going to attempt to interface the system with our assigned android Cronus 13. I knew it. They found relic. From the sound of it. Quite rare. You mean from the people who used to live here? The Polarians. They were quite advanced. Their downfall is still a mystery. Come on, let's find out for ourselves. Just going through everything, just checking if there is something here, so. This panel should take us to the passage below. Let's go. Yeah, we're ready. Let's do this. What is this place? Door. There has to be a way to get inside. Okay. It appears they were able to hack in the door using this control panel. Yeah? Whoa. What's that? A geodrone. I've never seen one in such good condition. Guys, I don't think this thing is friendly. Okay, and now moving back. Oh, it's an active time. Woo, ATB. I always, well, not ATB, but like this kind of turn-based thing. This is something that I first encountered in my youth when I played. I'm trying to remember, but I think it was Alundra. Not Wild Arms. Wild Arms? Alundra. Wild Arms. I think it was Wild Arms. No. It was the... Not Fantasia. What the hell was that game called? Sorry. Now this bothers me if I don't remember the name. I have my PlayStation game collection here, so I need to I mean, I want to check it out, so let me just go through this. Grandia. That was it. That's what it was called. Yeah. So first ran into this in Grandia. I really always have enjoyed this kind of timer system in RPGs. So epinephrine shot. Interesting. Oh, it's kinda cool. Synthetics. It's interesting. I kinda like that. As from above. Still using swords though. Okay. Knowledge acquired in battle. It's not EXP, it's called knowledge. That is... Also, I just like the sprites just turning around. That's a fun little victory. Fanfare. Wow, that was close. The structure must have been undisturbed for thousands of years. I wonder if it holds any clues about what happened to the Malarians. Whatever the pigs are looking for down here, we can't let them have it. Come on, let's go. Yeah? Can't read Malarian. Wait, for some reason the timer isn't showing up. There it goes. What do you make of it? The town loosely translates as our memory lives on. Also kinda one of these things I enjoy is just walking over the corpses to loot them. That's also like that is a thing that you can like integrate into RPG Maker, like it's almost basically just an activatable system. But it's still quite kinda nice. Log. We found the inhibitor. We sent it back to Central Command for further study. Kronos 13 has been acting strange after interfacing with the Malarian computer system. The unit might need a memory wipe when we get back to base. It appears the Malarians were destroyed by what they called an Advena. We still don't know who or what they are. Advena. The word loosely translates as alien or foreigner. The ESA team found a device known as the inhibitor. What does it do? It inhibits. If the pigs were looking for it, it can't be good. The android began to act strange. I don't like the sound of this. Oh, the door just opened. Yeah. There's just so many biocrystals that you can just like pick around. This is kinda... Actually, I really like that there is a visual to whether you have looted something or not. There's a reputation system? Oh. Oh, that... Okay. This screen, seeing all of this. This is kinda cool. Objective. What the hell are they looking for that? Here we have to find it, okay. Skill trees. My favorite. Okay. This is kinda nice that you can like look at everything here, so. Oh, different criminal? Oh. Okay. Oh. Deal. Funny. Steal knowledge from an enemy? Huh? Wait, how? How in the... how does that work? That's weird. That is peculiar. Terran things. Irrational hope? More luck? Meditation. Theodonian. Okay. Researcher. Wait, they are not the same, are they? Like those first 5 trees are the same, but the rest are like different. This is starting to draw me in quite a bit. Holy. Okay. I know there's just something about skill trees that just makes my brain tick, and that's funny. Can train some skills. I should probably do that though. Maverick. Class Maverick. It's funny. Can get some luck. You know what? We have a brain drain here. That seemed funny. I wanna take it. It seems so cool that you can just steal experience. So I wanna try to test that out. Then, if I do also steal, I could also just like steal. And then I'll have like something else here. And I have a lot of XP left, so. $500% more likely critical hit. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, I'll save the XP. What does a freelancer have? Agility, okay. Okay. This is a passive skill. That's an active. I'll take that. Fear factor. That's a funny icon for it. I like it. Tech. Okay. Okay. Cool. Interesting. I'll give them like emergency medical triage. Okay, I don't. Okay. Triage sounds like a funny word, but it has like a specific meaning, so that's kind of. I don't think that's like the best thing there. Okay, whatever. That's a nitpick. I think I'll give them something like a little bit of healing, and then I'll have them mostly. What weapon does Jack even have? A railgun pistol with kinetic. Some interesting traits here. Oh, I like this. Oh, I do. I see like a lot of interesting things here. Oh. It's pistol. Okay. Yeah, I'll just take some. How much damage did the pistol proficiency give? 10%. Yeah. And we have the Geodian. Knowledge. Ah, power and charge. Okay. I'll save it. Another enemy. That's funny, it worked. Crash vehicle, okay. Let's try to steal an item. I've got money. I'll defend for now. This just gives more money at this point. It missed again. This doesn't even like use any resource. I can just like continue stealing. Interesting. I'm definitely just gonna get myself some more EXP because why not? That's like getting that much from the beginning is quite an interesting thing. That is so uncommon that you can just like steal XP like that. It's cool, but it's strange. I'll do it like twice, one more time after this. And then I'll take one more steel. I'm a glutton. Ouch. That's a lot of damage. Okay. Okay, now I think we could kill it. That's so much more EXP, what the heck? That's silly. Holy crap, that is a lot. More. Maga. Yeah. Cool. Oh. Now I'll save it. Stasis chambers, but they are all dead. They are so well preserved. Their bodies don't rot like most life forms, instead they turn to stone. Wow. It's raining outside, okay. Back at this. I'll take once more. Now I'm out of power. Ouch. Yay. Mug. That's just money, huh? Fine. Didn't get a lot of knowledge this time around. Jumper battery. Synth revive. Okay. Absolutely immune to paralysis. And corruption. Interesting. Oh, right, because they are not synthetic. I see. Yeah. Interesting. Hmm. I kind of like this. There's so much fiddly here. It's kind of nice. Medkit. Hola, I'm detecting a strong energy signature behind that door. Let's make sure we are ready before we proceed. Okay. I can use the triage outside of combat. Good. It counts total saves. Okay. That's a thing. What the hell is going on here? Is the android killed the team? Advena. I don't know. What did it say, Crux? You speak our tongue? Is this thing a Molarian? Perhaps the memory of one. That's a lot of text. 4,270 cycles have passed undisturbed. Our mission was unsuccessful. The Advena now possessed the inhibitor. What does this so-called inhibitor do? It was designed to keep the Advena out of reach. Now all is lost. Firewall re-established. Defensive protocols engaged. Orc terrorist cell detected. Activating automated defenses. It's screwed. The wires. Aim for the wires. You have to cut the link. Okay. Can I mark the wire? I can mark the wire! Silly. Oh, that's so silly. I like that. You're going down. The android has been neutralized. What about the Molarian computer system? It's fried. Let's get out of here. I'm ready to go home. Let's bring the android back with us. It might contain useful information. Fine, but we have to make sure it won't turn on us later. Don't worry. Janna should be able to help. Come on. Let's get the hell out of here. I think we've had enough action for days. We've tried everything, Crux. Maybe it's time to give up. No. We have a few more things we can try. It's waking up. It's not time yet. These Molarian data files are being extremely stubborn. Go back to sleep, Kronos 13. What do you remember, Kronos 13? Waiting input. Good. It seems to be working.
Uploading one of the default AIs. Upload one of the default AIs, Gian. Understood. Initiating transfer. Round 13 is ready to receive additional input. Give it a little more personality, Gian. Okay. How about this one? What happened to me? You were damaged. We brought you back here to be repaired. Were you able to remove the Malarian code, Gian? I'm afraid not. However, I was able to implement a strong firewall. It should keep the Malarian code contained. That's what I was afraid of. I don't want this thing turning on us. I think it's worth the risk, Mari. The Android does have ASA codes, command codes built in. We could definitely use an edge right now. Are we ready to go? I don't wanna miss our scheduled pickups. We were able to restore the Android to work in order. Good. How about we take it with us? There could be raiders on the way to the rendezvous point. We need every hand we can get. I'm sure that's a good idea. We still haven't fully tested it to make sure it's okay. Only one way to find out. Ronus 13 is ready to assist. Good. I'll be waiting in the truck. Please don't take too long. Come on, let's go. Oh, that's a lot. 4 party members. Oh, no, that's a 5 party members. Oh, that's a lot of party. Android and a technician. Oh, cool, cool. Power cells. Ooh, cool. Power attack. Okay. Positronic virus. Uh-huh. It's like a poison, but it's corruption. That's cool. But the brain drain is just too powerful to not take, so. Janna Flux, cyborg technician. Cyborg. Biological power charge. Okay. Power and charge generation. Okay. And a technician. Okay. So, I really enjoy this. Which means I want to save this. There's gonna be this. This is very tempting. This is so freaking tempting. This has a lot of really cool aspects to it. So, while it has been barely half an hour, I think I'm gonna call it quits here. Because this seems like something I'm gonna get into quite a bit. So, let's go to the review. So, Starshift Rebellion. So, it, on the surface, appeared to be mostly just an RPG Maker game, but it immediately surprised me very, very positively. It had a tactical combat system there for like spaceship combat, which, or at least vehicular combat, which already is a really huge addition to just the typical RPG style gameplay, and that is very cool. It was like a tactical grid-based combat system with a lot of really nice nuance to it. I really enjoyed that part. It seems like it has so many cool aspects to it that enhance and improve the experience in like and make it just like different. So I really enjoyed that one quite a lot, quite a bit. And then okay, I took the brain drain from for everyone. However, I feel like that seemed very powerful, like too powerful for it to be actually fair. And the fact that you can just like take it for everyone is, I don't think that's okay. It's a huge investment for points, but it does pay itself off really quickly. So I don't think that's very exactly well balanced per se, but only time will tell. And of course, the skill tree system, just like skills. I'm a sucker for skill trees, and that had it in spades so very well. And there was a lot of like unique skills, or at least a decent amount of unique skills that was for the like a race or their origin, like if they were like different alien or if they were cyborg or synthetic. There's like so many cool things there that I really liked, and also the fact that there is like two types of creatures, like there are synthetic and organic. That is already very cool. I really enjoyed that aspect as well, and the story, yeah, it's fine. It's like a hard to say. It starts to build itself like a space opera. It had like a reputation system and like some different aspects that you could gather during this. I'm very excited for this. This seems so like cool, and of course like custom artwork, like not using the default sprites and default character sprites for the from RPG Maker. I'm just I like when a game has a lot more specialized stuff for it. Even though like RPG Maker games can be like entertaining, they can be good, they can be really good. The more customization you do the basic assets gives it always a lot more flair, and this game had it in spades. So it it felt really fantastic. Like once again, since I'm a musician, that kind of always speaks itself. So far, the music was nothing special. Sound effects were actually, they used a lot of bleeps and bloops for like ending the dialogue, and that felt like a really not exactly the best choice. However, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I just generally really enjoyed that quite a bit. And the reason why I called it quits a little bit earlier than usual is because it feels like this is something that's gonna like completely draw me in for a long while. Yeah, that's that was such a good that's a very good way to draw people like me in at least. But then we have like the last game for the um last game for today. I have completely forgotten to update the title, or the description, but whatever. Let's see. Recursive Ruin. There we go. It's not too loud. So, the Recursive Ruin. Ain't much else to it. Let's just go. I'll just place that timer a bit better here. So, let's go. Recursive Ruin contains kaleidoscopic visuals. May experience mild motion sickness while playing. Weak graphics take breaks when playing. It's a narrative game that includes mature content. I am going to real quick check. Since it contains certain content, I'll just take like real quick peek. What do they mean by that? Just I think there's gonna be like some sexual things or something. I don't know. I'll just go check what topics they mentioned here. No, it doesn't have anything. It doesn't appear to have anything. We'll just go. No, pointless achievement, my favorite. Actually, I'll give it up. No, that's fine. On threshold, strange eons.
It may not look like much, but this is a prize. The horns. I used to be an artist. I thought it was something special. Now well, I don't know what I am.
Okay.
I've been taking work home lately. They tell me I'm talented and the money's okay, but honestly, drawing for the agency isn't how I thought it would be.
Yggdrasil.
When I look away, I pretend it's still there, just out of sight. I can even hear the crowds and the 60 cycle hum.
Hope it's not too loud.
All my old shit is in there. At this point, it's more of a time capsule than anything else. Sometimes I open it up hoping to be surprised by what I find. Cover art I did for Tal's metal band, Dark Ashes of Yggdrasil. It's still one of my best pieces. I wonder where Tal's at. Hopefully still making music. Somewhere. Everyone's left since the warehouse fires fucked up the scene.
Pitrot.
Memory playback begins.
The reflection is kind of funny.
Nice. I like that one.
Thanks, man. I want to show you something.
Huh. Looks like some ancient cathedral that sunk into the ocean.
It's the old pier. Caught on fire decades ago. And they couldn't do a thing. Just let it burn over the water.
Memory playback completed.
Tal's band, playing at Yo-Yo's Joy Factory in Portland. I'll never see a better show.
All right. I want you to know that I appreciate all the good new times we've had together. But if you die and I'm stuck in here, I'm definitely eating you. Yeah, don't waste the body. Cause I wouldn't need to eat you if you bought decent cat. It's not that expensive. Still don't want to talk about things? Maybe you should draw something. When was the last time you made art that didn't sell a product? You made some kick-ass pieces back in the day. Remember that print you did of procedural lava bats? Or that killer album cover? Good times. By the way, a package came in today. Sent from your old apartment. I took the liberty of opening it. Hope you don't mind. I thought it might be cat food. Looks to be some kind of game. The disc is by the TV. Recursive Ruin. Oh? Oh? One citadel which stands at eternity. Oh, that is magical.
And who is this? It is rare for a being to find their way into the center of the infinite realms. Let's see what you can do. Think you can find your way out of this room?
Okay.
not as easy as it seems.
Oh!
Is it?
Oh, it loops on forever.
I'm Elric, a musician of sorts. Given the current state of the realms, I am disinclined to concern myself with a single spaceship, finite being. But I have an intuition about you. Let's see if I'm right. If you are what I think you are, you should be able to shift the world. You could be rather useful.
Oh. This is freaky. Oh, wait, is this just... It... Oh, it loops on forever. It's freaky. I love it. Wait, no, I don't get any closer. Oh, this is, oh, it's breaking my mind. It's cool. Hmm. Okay. Well, that seems deadly. The world repeats here. Look around, above, below, behind. And don't forget to shift the world. I am very slightly at a loss. Hmm. Oh, that just crushed me. Okay. Seems like a bit of an esoteric puzzle, I would say. Hmm. Okay. Well, that didn't work. It's a very... Oh, here we go. Sometimes you'll need to interact with the repeated world. Look inward. Ah, I see. That looks so weird. I like it. Try walking through that force field. Everything repeats, even the cube. Sometimes you'll need to leave things for yourself to find. How have they programmed this? What the hell? This is cool.
Well, you have a habit of getting caught. Though honestly, mustn't it be the case? How else did you find yourself here? That's the spirit. You're already thinking about how to escape. You could, of course, quit any time you like. But where's the fun in that? Things are progressing well. Shirius will want to know about you. But let's see if you are complete. If you are a true emissary, you can expand the world. It will be very useful.
Speak to me, boy. And don't. Shifting the world may block or grant access to areas. Okay. Sometimes you'll need to travel in strange directions. Take a leap of faith. Ah. Let's go. Yeah. Where am I going now? Into hell, I guess. Oh. Ah. I have an idea. Probably the most logical outcome, huh? I thought I tossed the cube here. Apparently not. No, it was there. I'm just a big dummy dum dum. There it is.
We hear the music in your cries. We see the curves in the space between us. You'll have to listen to it all to understand. It will seem fragmentary. Look to the sky for the message. The exit lies beyond understanding. Come back when you understand.
Okay. Alright. That was the second level. Okay.
Tal must have sold his soul to win so much. Missed call from Mom. Should probably call her back. Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. In another place, another time, maybe we'd still be sitting on the beach at night, listening to the waves crashing against a sunken pier. Never gave it back. It's supposed to be about some lunatic playing a violin. Maybe it's good. I never liked that desk. Intimidating. Something about the wood reminds me of my father.
Memory playback begins.
I've completely like not been commenting here because it's so peculiar. Very mesmerizing, to say the least.
What in the holy hell is that? Give that here. You're 13 years old and bringing this devilry into our home? Get out of there and face me like a man. You are very lucky that we're running late. We'll be having to talk about this later. Now, come on. Not that shit you brought home. Don't you like this?
I do like it. Can't I like both?
Can a man love our Lord and love Satan? I know you've got your mother's blood in your veins, but that don't mean you gotta listen to it.
Alright. So I now see what the topics were, what was going to be the adult topics, okay. Yeah.
Son, this is an important moment for you. Time to kill the boy and become a man. Now, look here. You ever wonder why I visit Earl so often? Well, this here's the family business. Just don't tell your mom. It's called crack cocaine.
Ah.
Memory playback completed.
Okay. Well. Very well. Well, that's a thing. I'll start the third level at least.
My nephew is so full of the joy of creativity.
A ghost found a sign that said no ghost, so the ghost ate the sign. It's pretty hard to read. That's thing.
A picture from one of our ridiculously large family reunions. The folksiest people imaginable gathered in the middle of nowhere. I probably should have enjoyed it more while it lasted.
There's a lot you need to catch up on. The cat is reading a book. The mail piling up, the missed calls, the unreplied emails. The leaky sink, the student loans. Oh, the student loans. I'm doing what I can. I'm starting to think that maybe they are catching on to us. The fact that a demonic cat made it into the correspondence loop. Perhaps I should have been more discreet. Writing please send cats food followed by only the good stuff. Was probably a bit too much. Luke. At some point you're going to have to talk about what happened. Can't ignore it forever. That game looks cool. There's something strange about it. I thought it was just a puzzle game. Speaking of which, the second Recursive Ruin disc is around here somewhere. Multiple discs? Are we back in the 90s? Please say yes. Each one of these preludes is also like its own level. Interesting. Future messages will be hints. Only read these if you want help. Jump. The great beyond. failed. Can't stop me. Okay. Mysterious angles. Okay. I see. It's really hard to commentate when you're trying to think about puzzles, you know. I realized how difficult. I've just been staring in silence and going through this because it's so like, mesmerizingly beautiful. I mean, it looks really weird, but it looks mesmerizing. Wait. No, it wasn't an infinite hallway. Okay.
How many kilograms of flesh per second can be drained out?
Current projections have been invalidated. This will require further calibration and spectral analysis.
Time to make up for your lack of appendages. Figure it out.
There is an interesting amount of uncertainty in the system. This will significantly impede the calculation. Internal regret levels are increasing.
Shh. Someone's here. Look, you really shouldn't be here. We've got a small, crisis on our hands. Please go.
Wait, did Elric send you? We have been expecting an emissary. Your contemplative residuals have exceeded saturation. This will require adjustments.
The emissary of strange Aeon's home. A lofty
Ah yes,
title for a
Emrakul.
bounded being. Perhaps your abilities warrant such a title. Tell us, emissary, how did you manage your way into here? I see. Impressive. However, I am concerned with the readings my instrument has detected in your self-reflexive myrions. These readings in your corporeal form are inconsistent with the emissary's projected psychophysical makeup.
Your current form will require further modulation. There will be pain. However, current calculations predict tissue damage will not exceed ligament structural integrity.
Elric will hear of this. This is not what I requested.
It will work. They need only submit. Emissary, consider yourself blessed. You'll have more than you bargained for.
Perhaps. First, we must monitor their abilities. There will be ample measurement opportunities when they return to the main structure. They're likely to phase out any moment.
Okay. It is a very trippy game. Just the way I like it. Ah. one more puzzle that needs to be complete. I'm just kind of figuring this out without even thinking about it. I'm just exploring the most obvious solutions. Now, apologies. I need to take a real quick break. I'll pause the timer for the moment. I'll be just right back. Yes. So, apologies. Let us continue. Back to the game. Hmm. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. I need to bring this with me. Ah, I got it now. Oh gee, I wonder. Hmm. This is a little bit difficult, you see. I'll give it a second, but I wanna try one thing more. So. I see. I did figure it out, sorta. Oh wait, I know how to do this. I was just being an idiot. There we go.
Ah, impressive. You're still living. The test is a success. Your ability readings have come back. They are shown to be complete.
Everything should be prepared.
Wonderful. As you've seen, this place is relatively unstable.
Others.
Listen, you literally had one job. Excuse me. My point is that I cannot guarantee your current locality is maintained. That's a relatively minor aspect of the problem at hand, and hopefully something you can help us with. You have experienced the emanations of Shuriokut, but it will benefit you to hear more of your task from a less instructed being.
Okay.
I am Centaur, and they are Mordenok. By way of introduction, I am the one who designed the infinite realms, and they are an instrument of the realms.
A rather important one.
Yes, yes. The ancient seal has broken down, and now the Ichor comes for us. Comes for you.
It is only the beginning.
This isn't how it's supposed to go, of course. I designed the realms to last forever.
Unfortunately, it seems that forever is never as long as we want it to be.
The Ichor is breaking down the infinities. Current models predict the flooding horrors will overcome us all in 2.71828182884 seconds. Of course, time is strange here, which is one of my greater accomplishments.
We often boast like this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like some credit? They drain things. They literally drain things.
It may appear as such to be less symbiotically derived biostructure. However, the ichor is not merely a substance to be drained. It's intra-experiential reality acid, eating at the fabric of being. Its teeth are sinking into our skulls. You can feel it worming in, inch by inch, crawling deeper into the outer casing of the brain. It burrows in there. The temperature at this point is just right. A homeostasis is attained. The eggs are given care, siphoning off blood and gray matter. Over time, which grows ever stranger, the eggs begin to hatch, spewing forth.
Yes, yes, it is an important job.
Thank you.
Which you are failing at. Which is where you come in.
Well, it is weird. And it saved there. And since it saved there, I believe now is a good time to call it quits. So, Recursive Ruin, a very interesting game, visually very stunning. I was really taken aback by how visually trippy it was. I absolutely loved it. So, it is very strange, but it is very enjoyable. I don't know what else to say. Like, the game visually just shows exactly what it is. It is very much just a puzzle game. And a very unique one at that. Like, it's something with same to the antechamber and what you know, perspective games. It's fun. It's very cool. It's visually very stunning, and while the story itself is not too gripping yet, it is still very cool. Yeah. The most of things that is just visually quite the marvel to play, with all the kaleidoscopic landscapes and visually shifting areas all the time, like at will shifting terrain. It looks very beautiful. Yes, I really liked it. It's gonna be really high for me to complete. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. But that is it for now. Before I bid you all adieu, we will do the spinning thing once again, as it has been a while. Now, before I start the spin, allow me to open the text thing. Yes. It's not that many games. Have I gotten new games that I forgot to add in here, or is it really just 22 games? Well, 22 is a lot, but you know. Oh yeah, I've forgotten to update this. That will be for later. for now, let us do the spinning. Scarlet Hood and the Wicked Wood. Very well. Vatora. Lost Haven. Okay. And then the third will be... Onde. Alright. So those are the 3 games for next time. Scarlet Hood and the Wicked Wood, Batora, Lost Haven, and Onde. Now with that said, I am going to stop the streaming for today, and hopefully do this again soon enough. I thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll hope to see you all in the next time as well. Hopefully that'll be sooner than one, like, I'll try to do one on a weekday next week, because I'll be gone for the weekend, so we'll see. Anyway, I bid you all adieu. Thank you very much for watching. Stay awesome. Ganmu.